This week's parsha is Kitisa, which is a monumental point in Jewish history. There is an event which has been expressed in many, many different forms of art, such as literature, movies, paintings. Now, who can tell me what this event is? No. Yes.
The calf, the golden calf.
There you go, exactly. You see, it is the scene where Charlton Heston walks to the top of the mountain, both tablets in hand, and all that there is to see is the Jewish people bowing down to the golden calf. Now, this led to the Chet HaEgel, the sin of the golden calf, and near disaster for Bnei Israel, until Moshe succeeded in speaking to Hashem on their behalf. Now, a fascinating result of Moshe's prayers was the bringing about of what's called an Eis Ratzon. Rabbi Meir Simcha explains this as a time where Hashem is very willing to forgive and also to grant wishes for his people. Moshe sensed this willingness on the part of Hashem and asked him, "And now, if I, Moshe, have found favor in your eyes, Hashem, please make known to me your ways." Now the Talmud in Brachos explains that what Moshe really wanted to understand was why some righteous prosper while others suffer, and why some wicked prosper while others suffer. And this is one of the most commonly asked questions in philosophy, and a solid answer to this could give you incredible insights on the world. So Hashem answered, "You are not able to see my face, for no man can see my face and continue to live. Rather, you will see the back of me." And, just in case it doesn't do a good enough of a job at leaving us in the dark, Rashi quotes Brachos that Hashem actually showed Moshe the knot of his tefillin right at the back of his head. Not even the back of his head, just the knot of his tefillin. You see, the same Masechet in Gemara says that his tefillin parchment contained the verse, "Who is like your people, Israel, a unique nation in the earth?" Now, how are we to understand the idea of Hashem wearing tefillin, the significance of the verse written in those tefillin, and how it relates to Moshe's difficulty in understanding divine providence? Rav Aryeh Kaplan explains it in the following way. Being that Hashem has no body or form in any physical way, when any physical term is used to represent him, it comes to express his relationship of him and us in the physical world. See, his eyes become his awareness. His outstretched arm shows his power and involvement with us. But what does his tefillin represent? The tefillin, worn on the top of the head, hover right over the site of wisdom. They are called the crown. They represent that which is higher than intelligence. They represent purpose and will, that which focuses and guides wisdom in order to bring out its potential. Hashem's hands and eyes may represent the wisdom in creation, but Hashem's tefillin represent his purpose and will in the creation. The Talmud shows that Hashem's tefillin contain a verse about the uniqueness of Israel. The tefillin thereby show that Hashem's purpose and will in creation is intimately bound to Israel. In Judaism, we believe that Hashem created the world in a way that he would be able to give his goodness to us. But the goodness can only be received if we make that connection between us and God. And it was only Yaakov Avinu who attained the name of Israel. His descendants as a whole only attained the stature and name of Israel upon the exodus of Mitzrayim. By their free will, they became Israel. The Torah was entrusted to them, and the crown of creation would be fulfilled through them. Now, all events that happen in this world are focused upon reaching the ultimate goal of connection to God. The straps that fall down from the tefillin to the right and to the left represent the two opposing forces of Hashem's providence. They represent chesed, which is kindness, and they represent gevura, which is strength. And these forces join together to form the structure of Hashem's justice, which is represented by the knot of the tefillin, the point where the two join together. The straps then hang down, showing the involvement of this divine supervision all the way down through history. In knots, some part of the material is covered, and others shown. Moshe was troubled by the seemingly injustice world, but nothing happens by chance. Every event is a practical application of the divine will and purpose. But back to the source of this whole problem, the Chet HaEgel. The source was a very simple one. Bnei Israel was without Moshe. They thought he was dead. Therefore, they needed an intermediary, someone to connect them to God. And when none was found, out of the fire arose a golden calf, which was nothing short of idolatry. What they needed was a leader. We all need leaders. And leaders come in different shapes and sizes. Some leaders take out a nation from their land of enslavement and lead them to safety. Thousands of years later, other leaders were able to bring back the Jews from all the corners of the world and give them a land which they can call their own. And some leaders leave the comfort of their homes on a Monday night just to learn for an extra hour. And these are the people that can be called leaders. These are the people that can make a difference, and you are the people that I can call leaders. The people that see importance in things and decide to take their time and have actions that can fulfill the things that they want. So that we know when we as a nation, as a community, as an ideology, or as a religion, when we need help coming out of a place of darkness, it is you who will be able to show us the light. Thank you.